they hate. And I know better than to listen to the people who are calling us slaves. I can feel the sunlight shining.
Well, good morning. It's Monday, November 4th, 2024, and welcome to episode 798 of the Lots Project Morning Show, where the coffee's strong, the opinions are stronger, and everything is always filter-free. I'm Brian, your host, and today I'm enjoying a Silver Bullet blend from foodforestfarms.com, where you can get 10% off with discount code LOTS10. That's discount code LOTS10, and the shipping's always free. While you're there, check out the C4 Club, monthly coffee club. That's fantastic, great coffee, and so much more. Customer service is fantastic. Check out foodforestfarms.com today for all your coffee needs. Today I'm going to be talking about an interesting road trip, to say the least. Corey and I ended up going to town on Saturday. I skipped groceries and laundry on Friday. Went to town on Saturday with Corey, and I'm going to talk about our adventure. I'll talk about an interesting map we saw. The laundry mat was an absolute shit show. Tennessee, some interesting Tennessee drivers, and so much more. We'll get into some other stories too if we have plenty of time. First, let's jump over and see who's hanging out in the live chat, and we'll get rolling and hang out for about an hour. Good morning. Good morning. How is everyone today? It's Monday. I can say that. That's for sure. How's daylight savings going for everyone? Good morning, Rachel, over in the live feed. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you as always. Jeremiah jumping in on the vertical. Thanks, Jeremiah. Appreciate it. Daylight savings. What a shit show. So we're not saving daylight anymore. I believe it ends. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it ends this time of year in the fall. So we're no longer saving our daylight. If we could get it back, if we could withdraw it from our savings, that would be fantastic. John Palmer popping in. Good morning and good day to you. Good morning and good day, John. So I'll normally get sick. I really will normally get sick with the daylight savings thing. Corey's trying to convince me it's mostly in the spring is when I get sick. But for some reason, I recall that this week I just get sick. Doesn't matter, spring or fall. Rachel said she's up at 3:15 and she hates it. Yeah. Yesterday was interesting for sure. It was up. We ended up being able to sleep in. Actually, we stayed around the camper for the weekend. We had some stuff to do, and it was supposed to rain when we made our decision. It didn't end up raining too much, but we slept in kind of, because you're already an hour ahead, and then it's like you wake up and you look at the clock and you're mentally are like, I didn't get enough sleep. I wanted to sleep in today, but you actually got an hour more than you thought, and then add in animals and dogs that like to get up on a schedule and things like that. So Ruala says my body's a machine, so I can't sleep in. Yeah, I go in cycles. I really go in cycles. I stay up way too late at night. Because I can't fall asleep, I'll just lay in bed and I might as well be up doing stuff until I'm going to go to sleep. And then I get up in the morning, and for a week or more, probably more like 2 weeks, I'll wake up early, 5, little after 5, and my eyes will pop open, and then there'll be one day where I'll end up sleeping. I'll wake up a little later. I'll wake up, I'll be tired, and I won't have anything to do. It'll usually on a weekend day, and I'll go back to sleep, and I'll end up sleeping like a significant amount of time longer. And I don't know if it's just like a cycle I go through or what, but it is what it is. Good morning, Take the Ride. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate you. The Silver Bullet's fantastic. I'm kind of kind of sad that it's a limited time blend. Once the Monsoon Malabar is gone, the Silver Bullet blend is gone. But anyway, let's get to it. We'll talk about Corey and I's trip this weekend, and then see what else we can get into today. Oh, by the way, Direct or Detour launches today. First episode, my chat with a gentleman named Larry Easto. He was a very interesting chat. He is currently writing a book, but was an attorney for a long time. Kind of had he definitely had a windy path, a detour. He was not a direct route to where he is right now. But if you guys want to check that out, I'll drop the link to the podcast feed for that episode in the chat. Otherwise, you can find it by searching Direct or Detour in any of the podcast players you use to listen to your podcast. Hunter says, "Am I on the wrong feed again?" I don't know what feed you're on, man. I can't see where everybody is. I can see you're on YouTube. Hunter's on YouTube. You can you're more than welcome to go join on Noster. I can't see where you're at, dude. I'm sorry. No, my pages are all messed up because I had to go get that link. It's one of those mornings, guys. One of those mornings. Good morning, Canadian Farmstead. Thanks for popping in. So Corey and I decided this weekend. So we had a busy week. It was a change doing the interviews. I blocked out. Hunter says it's only you in there. I mean, you're with all your friends. I'm pretty sure that's what you said you wanted. That's why you decided to you wanted to be on Twitch all the time, because you wanted to be by yourself anyway. Sit there miserable by yourself. Now we got a few more people here. Should we start talking about the ducks too? I guess you can't see on the vertical feed. Interesting. Anyway. We got red, guys. You guys did a real shit show of a job picking to change the ducks on Friday, and the weekend was just a flatlined mess. Right now we're down a little bit from yesterday. We're down 0.01%. We got the bear duck. Thanks, Rachel, for setting us straight that the bear duck probably caused the bear market. I put out a call to Pip to get some bull ducks and some and John Palmer's suggestion of astronaut ducks, I believe. So we'll see how that happens. Canadian Farmstead's trying to blame me for choosing the wrong ducks. Hunter also trying to blame me. Okay, what do you guys want? You guys can choose the fucking ducks. We got unicorn duck. We got unicorn duck. We got superwoman duck superhero duck that we did before. She's cute. We got a lamb duck. We got a sailor duck. Sailor duck there. This is just a plain old duck. We got a red star duck, maybe patriotic for the election coming up tomorrow. We got old Plugsy the pig duck from the coffee cup. We got what's this guy? This guy looks like he's got a little beret on or something, and he's got a pail and a bucket with him like he's going to the beach. So we'll call him Beach Duck. Mohawk punk rock duck. And a mini purple duck, who did pretty well for us last time. Canadian Farmstead says sailor duck. Oh, yeah, it didn't... Sailor pissed off all the self-sovereign guys, though, didn't he? Hunter's wondering if he thinks they made Trump a Kamala ducks. I'm sure they have Trump and Kamala ducks. Take the Ride says this show needs more ducks. You're telling me. Corey thought she was slick, and she was sneaking ducks into the background and thought I didn't notice that I was getting more and more ducks on the shelf. But yeah, she doesn't think I'm that observant. She doesn't think that I know that the trailer down the road is blue, although it's peach, I guess. Canadian Farm says that I'm ducking the issue. Who do you want up there, guys? Obviously, it's got to be a change. It was down all weekend. I think Sailor Duck would be a good try, and Election Duck. What do you guys think? Sailor Duck and Election Duck? John Palmer says it's starting to sound like Village People ducks. Maybe. Patches. Washed my hats this weekend. Isn't it beautiful? It's nice and blue. What do you guys think? Sailor Duck and Star Duck? Will they help? Oh, look at that. I started talking about it and it went green. I think we picked the right ones. We're going to move over here. We got this. If you guys don't want to decide, I don't care. That's what we got. Sailor Duck and Red Star Duck is going to help us. There we go. Anyway, last week was a little busy getting set up, doing I was transitioning my schedule, so I had to open up my schedule to do these interviews for Director Detour, new show. And so I decided to jumpstart it. Now I'm going to have to put all these fucking things back after the show. Thanks, guys. Not enough room on my desk to have them there. Hunter says it's the Sailor Moon theme music. So I wanted to get a big jump start on getting episodes in the bag for the new show. It's going to be coming out 3 days a week. Canadian Farm said he thought my new show was a film critique show. No. Nope. Director Detour. Oh no. No, it's direct as in direct path or taking a detour. A good thought though. Good thought. I'm just talking to people about their paths, their journeys, what they did along the way to get to where they are now. If it was something they always wanted to do when they were a kid, or what twists and turns they went through. So I got 5 recorded. I think 5 recorded episodes, and they've all been great conversations. So I'm excited to keep going with it. They're all right around in the half-hour range. I'm going to try to keep it between 15 minutes and a half an hour, depending on how well the conversation's going. And then if the episode leaves more to be chatted about, I plan to in the future call or ask some guests back. Some of the more interesting guests that come along. Asking them back to do more deep dive interviews, more like 60, 90 longer interviews. So I wanted to get a bunch in recorded, in editing and all of that. So I opened up my schedules on basically all day Tuesday, all day Thursday, and a little bit on Monday night for recording. The first week was, it was a few. It was a few on those days. I had a lot more scheduled, but people dipped out, and that's kind of why I want to get ahead. That was one of the frustrations with doing the interview was people showing up to do them. So doing them pre-recorded and having a bunch ahead for release dates is I think it's going to work really well. But it kind of threw my schedule for a loop as far as days I'm going out to Delinquent's Gully, days I'm recording my product videos for Amazon, when I'm going to do laundry and groceries and all that trip to town. So it was a little hairy. I really didn't want to do it on Friday. I wanted to get caught. I wanted to get a little ahead on editing and this, that, and the other thing that I had kind of fallen behind on during the week, losing Tuesday and Thursday. And so Corey's like, well, we're not going out to the property this weekend. Why don't we, I ended up going out on Sunday, but we weren't going to stay out for the weekend. Why don't we go get lunch on Saturday? We'll go do laundry together, go do grocery shopping together. And you guys know how that goes. I love her to death, and I love to spend the time with her, but I got my routines, and I have my I have some mental issues. There, I admitted it right there on the internet. I have some issues where I need things to go a certain way. It's just how they have to happen. So we make it through it. We make it through it. But we had a great day. We got a great day on Saturday. After I talked to you guys on Friday, I got a bunch of stuff set up for the what are adaptogens? Wilder says Brian needs some adaptogens for shopping together, and John Palmer says, ain't that the truth? I assume that you're confirming my mental issues. Anyway, Friday I got a bunch of stuff set up for I got a bunch of shows up edited. I got social media posts and all the stuff done. They calm you. The adaptogens calm me. What? Corey wants to know where you can get them and where to get them in bulk. Rachel's saying I should do mushrooms, Corey. She said I should just do mushrooms while we go grocery shopping. That's fine. That's fine. Canadian Pharmacist said, why would he need adaptogens? He's the stoic at this point. Not quite. Yeah. I'm getting there. Anyway, so Saturday we decided we were gonna go get some lunch. We hadn't been out to lunch for quite a while. There's a restaurant down right near the town where we go to do grocery shopping and everything that we hadn't been to. And Rachel says she needs them when the husband enters the kitchen and starts cooking. I understand. And I try to stay out of her way with the things that she has that might bother her if I mess around or something or do the wrong thing. I try. Obviously not that good at it, but so we got up, we had our coffee and tea together. We Corey went for a run, got some little stuff done around here, took care of the dogs, and then we we took off for lunch. It was lunchtime. So we drive down to a restaurant named Earl's Garage. It's themed after a garage. I've talked about it on the show before. They have fantastic burgers. I enjoy the burger. Corey loves the loaded baked potato. Or no, it's called the Turbo Tater. Turbo Tater, that's what it was. Did you get it with pulled pork today that time? So she got it with pulled pork. She said it was fantastic. It was worth the wait. I got a burger. It's good. I enjoy the burgers there. It's I like a good greasy smash. It's like they make them like smash burgers and style, and the fries are good and everything. So we're sitting there waiting for our food, and they have this thing in the back of their building. So there was a little building. They had a porch on the back, and then they enclosed the porch. They left it really rough cut or rough finished with I don't know if it's all plywood or if they did some drywall. They didn't finish it by any means. They just like enclosed it. Canadian Farmstead said Turbo Tater is the most American baked potato name ever. Turbo Tater. Yeah, that is it is pretty American. I think it's more not less American and more that it's a garage theme. Everything has garage names. I think I get the big block. There's a 4-cylinder, there's a big block, there's a small block. They're all like car part name theme. It is what it is. With them turbo taters. Yeah, go down that Earl's garage, get me a turbo tater, get them pulled porks on it, and Anyway, in the back room of Earl's, they have and we've seen it before. We've contemplated putting our mark on the map. They got the big United States map. It's huge, really. And Canadian Farm says hopefully it ain't got no gas in. That's yeah. So when you get the beans with the turbo tater. The big map, though, he encourages people to go back, and they have like the little tags, the little string tags that you would get on your key ring when you take your car to the garage, and they put your name on it, little white tag on the white string, and so he's got a pile of those, and you can write your name or where you're from, and then you take a pin and you put it in your spot on your map, and they hang down. And so he's trying to figure out where everybody that's been to his restaurant. And so the map is one of those. You got the huge fold out map that's got the continental United States, and then another little one that folds out that had Alaska. I think it was Alaska by itself on one. So Alaska had its own map, and then there was one with the islands with like Hawaii, Puerto Rico, Guam, and then Panama. Do we own Panama now? Is Panama a commonwealth of the United States? I thought we only controlled part of the canal or some shit. Why would we have a picture of Panama? Is that a commonwealth at this point? Maybe that wouldn't surprise me if it is, but I wasn't sure on that one why Panama was included. But anyway, Canadian Farm says imperialist bastards, right? Well, Hunter says, did he have any tags on Panama? Well, I think they did actually, but it was on the map. It was one map that had Hawaii, Guam, Puerto Rico, and Panama. It was all on the same. It wasn't like he got a separate Panama map. But they had someone hanging on Cuba that was on the map of Florida, right below Florida. They had a lot of the states were covered. But then I'm like looking, and I look over, and underneath Cuba, so underneath the huge United States map, was a little piece of paper. Like so the map was probably, I want to say it was like 5 foot by 4 foot, the big map. Would you think that was about right, Corey? 5 foot by 4 foot, that main map. It was pretty big. It was a big United States map. And underneath Florida, had Cuba. Oh, they had the Virgin Islands in the thing too. The U.S. Virgin Islands were on that the auxiliary map. And so below Cuba, map ends. And then there's like a one printer paper sheet, white paper. And it had a very, very rough drawing of Africa, the continent. And on the bottom, it had a little line across it with an arrow that said South Africa and one tag hanging off it. Oh, good morning, Seattle. Good morning, Seattle. Thanks for stopping in. Canadian Farms says they're just the U.S. islands after I visit. Oh, spreading the Canadian seed. Hunter said, I thought you said Epstein Island. We were going to say Epstein Island. No, just a roughly drawn map of Africa underneath Cuba that said South Africa. And I was like, okay, okay, we'll go with it. It was like a fourth grader drew it with crayons. The rest of it was a really nice display. I mean, it's kind of tacky. It's like side of the road diner shit. I like it. But it was well done until they had the printer paper with the Africa. It just said South Africa. Canadian Farmstead says, "Oh, you must have a lot of celebrities eat here." Was it Elon? Was it Charlize Theron? Who else are the famous South Africans? Jesus. Elon stopped into Earl's for a turbo tater. God. Oh God, guys, we're looking good. We're on the green. We're on the road up. Thanks for the suggestion on the sailor duck and the star duck. Mike Homestead says, "Do the utensils match?" I don't know if I've ever gotten anything there that needed utensils. Corey, your turbo tater, do you know if your utensils match? She only gets a fork. There's no need for them to match when you only get a fork. Everything is garage themed. So the napkins are like shop towels. They have this bacon. It's like a candied bacon appetizer that comes out on test leads. So it's on like this little rack, and they use electronic test leads to hold the bacon. I think they're supposed to be mini jumper cables to hold the bacon, and it just hangs from this shit. Beers come in like stainless cup, like stainless, oil can thing. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. They do their thing. They got a big old motorcycle on the wall. That's pretty cool. I couldn't tell you if the utensils matched or not, though. I literally get a burger. I get a sandwich and fries or a burger and fries every time I go there. So no, I don't use utensils. That's a good sign, though, of a good restaurant if they don't match. So, anyway, so we took off from Earl's. We started on our journey. So we had I think we had 8 stops besides the restaurant that we had to make. We had to swing through the bank. We had to go to Tractor Supply to pick up propane. Go into Tractor Supply, and like immediately when I walked or pulled in the parking lot, it was just god awful. It was overflowing packed. I was like, oh my God, we're here on Saturday. I usually go during the week, during the day, like when things aren't that busy. So I was like, shit. First stop, restaurant was kind of busy, but I expected that. go into Tractor Supply, pull in the parking lot. I was like, oh my God, what did I do? What did I do? Why are we here on the weekend? This is not going to be good. I don't like people. So we're walking in, find a spot to park, walking in. And the first thing I noticed is the lady that works during the week that is barely able to function when there isn't a line is behind the register. This lady is there all the time. I don't know how, like, she must work god awful overtime, or for some reason they know when I'm going to be going to the store and they make her work those days. It's unbelievable. She's the one that's almost gotten me to email Tractor Supply on more than one occasion about how not good she is for their business. she's just bad. Then I was like, oh, this is going to be great. There's going to be lines of people trying to check out, and it's not going to be good. Corey and I walk around, we get our stuff, and then we go and wait in line. We wait in line, and we wait in line some more. Canadian Farmstead says they listen to the show. She only works a few times a month. This could be true. This would go right in line with my theory that the government is I'm like there's a new MK Ultra, and I'm a participant where they just fuck with my life and make shit go sideways constantly to agitate me to see where the breaking point is for a human being. I just feel like that's going on. It stems from the last 6 months of just shit show that's one on top of the other. So Corey and I are waiting in line. It was going okay. I mean, it was slow, definitely slow. We get up to her. She actually rang us out rather nice. The checkout went smooth every once in a while. I mean, even a blind pig hits the acorns every once in a while. It went okay. She checked us out, and then I was like, "Hey, we need propane." Canadian Farm says this is the MK Ultra First World program, right? So I was like, "Hey, could you send the propane guy? Let him know I need some propane outside." And she's like, "Yeah, I'll call him out there." And as we're walking out, she's like, "Do you want to pay out there?" I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, if your shit is working finally, maybe I would love to pay outside. I would love to not have to walk back in here to pay for my propane when you have the ability to run my card outside. That would be fantastic. It's a service you say you offer, but you never have it available." Hunter says, "Dear Tractor Supply CEO, I thought y'all stopped with the whole DEI stuff." I think she might just be the only one they could hire. I don't think that they're like overflowing with applications at the moment. But she asked, she's like, "Well, do you want to pay outside?" I'm like, so she hands us the fucking checkout thing. The little handheld credit card reader bullshit thing that they use. I don't know if you've ever seen it. Portable card reader. She just hands it to us. She's like, "Give this to the guy if you want to pay outside." Like, where the fuck am I? It's not like I'm at Bob's feed mill having coffee with Bob, and he's like, "Hey, when you go out to pick up the sacks of feed from Jimmy, would you take the credit card machine out to him?" I'm at fucking Tractor Supply. There's a line of people behind me. The store is full, and they're like, "Hey, yeah, just take this credit card machine out to the guy." And like, what the fuck? I don't work here. I mean, I grabbed it so I didn't have to come back inside and wait in line for another 45 minutes to pay for my propane. But I'm like, what a fucking shit show. So anyway, we go out. The guy that the one of the best. There's two decent guys and two females that work there. There's 4 employees that I've interacted with that are phenomenal. And one is just an absolute fucking disaster. And then there's the mediocres. It just don't. If you don't notice them, that's perfect, right? Like if you are surprised by the level of customer service, is fantastic. That's awesome. If I don't remember the cashier or the experience, I think that is goal. Would be that'd be fine with me if I just went through my day and I was like, oh, nothing spectacular happened in either direction, good or bad. But yeah, then there's the bad ones. So we get our propane. The guy, he's fantastic. I had a long conversation with him one day, just bullshitting after I got the propane. Canadian Farm says that I should hand out ribbons. I should pretend like I'm a secret shopper hired by corporate. I come in and I'm like, you wear the shitty employee. Here's your button. Avoid at all costs. Ask her to open a register instead of going to her. I could. We start our own fucking secret shopper program. So that could actually be kind of fun. Hunter says yellow square. How about this? The star. You get a gold star. So we go to. I was like, okay, well, this wasn't as bad of a shit show as I thought. When I walked in, when I saw the parking lot, I was just like, I was starting to spin out of control. When we walked in and I saw the line at the register, I was like, oh no. It was okay. Like deep breaths. I made it outside. We got the propane. Everything was fine. And I was like, all right, now we can go do laundry. Laundry's hit or miss. Laundry's hit or miss on the weekends. It can be completely empty, but I always expect it to be super full. Why wouldn't it be on the weekends? And then Corey and I were sitting there and I was like, yeah, but unemployed people do laundry. It's probably busier during the week. They do laundry at the laundromat, excuse me. Weekends, hit or miss. Hunter says the problem is a solution. Go get a part. I don't want to work at Tractor Supply. Do sell at the Tractor Supply. They do. We actually looked at the garden carts at Tractor Supply, and when we were trying to decide whether we wanted one at Lowe's or when we were buying one, we almost got it at Tractor Supply. Assembly required, though. I'm not going to pick up the box and throw the box through the store. So we get in the truck and we're heading over to the laundromat. And we get to the parking lot. You can see the parking lot as you're coming up down the road to it. And it's just, it's overflowing with cars. Like, I hadn't seen it that full of cars probably since I've been going there. And I was like, I said to Corey, John Palmer says employed people have washers and dryers. Right. That's my point. That's my point. Overflowing on the weekend, though. And I was like, I said to Corey, I was like, we should probably, I'm waiting to turn into the parking lot. I was like, I don't know if this is going to happen today. Like, just looking at the amount of cars there and knowing the amount of washers and dryers inside, there's a legitimate chance that there won't be washers open or dryers open to do the laundry. And I'm probably going to end up having to come back on Monday or something to do it. I was like, but I'll run in and see what's going on. And as we're pulling in, I see like 4 cop cars, 4 cop SUVs, no lights on, but they're all parked up by the building. And I was like, well, the cops must be picking up their laundry or some shit. So Corey stayed in the truck. I ran in. I didn't take the laundry, and I was just like, go in, walk around, see if there's enough washers available to do our laundry, what the situation, like maybe people are just picking up laundry. I don't know what's going on. So I walk in, and there's like fucking 6 cops standing inside talking to this lady. And I'm like, what the fuck? Take it outside, would you? I like walk around through the laundromat. Canadian Farm says, wondering if there's a scrap over the dryer. I was trying to not pay attention to that right away. I just wanted to know if we could do our laundry or not, if we had to go on our way to the rest of our stops. And so I walk around the laundromat real quick, and I see that there's enough open washers, like the bigger ones that we like to use. I like to use the 5-load, 6-load washers because I can get it done quicker. Well, not really quicker, less money. It all stops at the same time. But so I walk around real quick, ignore the fucking cops talking to these people. I figured that the amount of cops there, that something was going on, and we were going to have to go back in with our shit anyway. And I'm like, I don't know if I went back and forth. I was like, me and police, they're going to fucking do something or say something, and I'm going to be I'm not going to be able to ignore it. I'm going to just make some smart ass comment. Canadian Farm says that I avoided contact and threw the laundry fanny pack in the washing machine quickly. I did avoid contact, eye contact with the officers as I walked in. I don't particularly care to interact with them. It just is. It is what it is. And so I walk around real quick. I realized that there was enough washers open, so I go back out to the truck and I said, hey, we'll do the laundry. We'll do it. I got a cart. We load it up. We're walking in, and the cops were coming out of the building, and we're coming up to the door, and it's a double glass door, and it swings out towards the parking lot. And normally I just spin the cart around, and I pull in with all my laundry, and I open the door with one hand and pull the cart in. I do it every week. It's not hard. Oh, Good Morning Seattle talks about Peanut. Yeah, I'll talk about Peanut today or maybe tomorrow. But so I get up to the door, and here's this fucking all the fucking cops are standing outside, all kitted up, with it. They I think half the reason why they wear those fucking stupid vests is so that they look like they're fucking assholes. Can barely move their fucking arms. So one of them standing by the door, and he looks at me, and he hesitated for a second, and then he's like, oh, I should probably do my civic duty and open the fucking door. So I was nice, and I walked in, and I said, hey, thanks. Thanks for opening the door. You're the man. So we go in, we start the laundry, no problem. The cops all leave. Well, they went out and sat in their cars for a little while. Chris Dixon says it's so they have someplace to put their hands. No shit. Motherfuckers are always standing there with their hands inside their vest, like playing with their bitch titties. Good morning, Chris. Thanks. Hunter says it's really good posture wearing a vest. You can have really good posture without wearing the vest. Just saying. Whatever. Canadian Farm says them to hold their name tags for when they forget how to spell their name. Anyway, they went out. They went in their cars. We didn't have any interaction other than thank you for opening the door. I was good. I behaved myself. Probably because Corey was with me. Hunter says, and it lets the heat come out. Now, if you're doing it on the sides next to your arms and lets the air come in. Excuses are like assholes. Chris Dixon says most of them have too many chins to look down and see it, though. Wow. I'm not the only one that's not a fan, I see. Yeah. Turns out, when we went back in, I heard the girl that works there talking about what happened. It appeared that the lady that they were talking to and then escorted out. Canadian Farm says that Corey definitely saved you from a stop and search. Probably, or at least a gentle conversation about their costumes. I could have been like, "Was your Halloween good? I see you're still wearing your costume. You guys all playing cops and robbers." So I hear that this lady that they hauled out, it appears that she came in and she started her laundry and like scattered washers all over the laundromat, and then started taking people's stuff out of their laundry, like going to everybody's basket as they were like changing their laundry and pulling stuff out of their baskets, and fucking saying that people stole them. That people were stealing her shit and putting them in their laundry. So she was harassing like all the customers in the whole fucking place. And I kind of wish I had been there for it, because I want this stupid little bitch to walk up and tell me that I stole some of her fucking clothes or some shit. That would have been fun. I could have had an entertaining morning if I had run into that. Chris Dixon says I should have said, "Did you boys get a lots of candy?" Oh, it was they had female officer there too, probably because it was a female perp. They probably had to roll out the female officer too. Canadian Farmstead says defund the police cafeteria. Tom Palmer says sounds like methanina. She could definitely have been under the influence of some methamphetamines. Or she might have just had severe mental issues. Take the ride says, I swear I don't have any contraband squirrels, officer. I am not raising wild animals without a permit, sir. No raccoons or squirrels in my possession. Put the gun away. I do have 2 dogs at home, but they're not here, so you don't need to shoot them. So they remove the crazy meth lady. Corey and I are enjoying our laundry. It's pretty packed in there, so I choose to sit outside normally, just because I can't deal with all the chaos. Because what is it with fucking people thinking that I want to hear half their conversation or listen to their videos without watching the fucking visuals? Why do fucking people take their fucking phone, turn on a video, turn the volume as loud as it'll go, and sit there and watch it across the room? Do people just not give a fuck about anybody else anymore? Is that just what it turned into? Or the conversations on speakerphone? Why has it turned out that people decide they need to have everything on speakerphone or everything on fucking what's the Apple fucking video call? FaceTime. I don't need to be in the back of your fucking stupid video with your sister who you talked to for the last 17 hours straight on FaceTime while you're here like this looking at your... I'm fucking behind you. I don't need to be on your fucking video screen. I don't need to listen to your stupid fucking video or your video game that you're playing or your little fucking crotch goblins running around in there screaming. Can't we just have a nice peaceful place where the washers and dryers run? And that's the only noise we hear? I already have to listen to Duck Dynasty and fucking Deal or No Deal on 2 separate TVs cranked up as loud as they'll go. Now I got you fucking listening to God knows what and talking to 16 people on your phone. Sorry. I apologize. Good morning, Seattle says no earbuds. No earbuds. I was trying to have a conversation with my wife. I apologize for blowing up. I was angry. I didn't react in that moment. Actually, I did. Corey and I sat there and I started to talk loudly about the fact I really didn't want to listen to that motherfucker's video he was watching. And I got to a point where I almost said it loud enough and direct enough that he would definitely have known I was talking to him. And I double thought it, and the cops had already been there one time. And this was the kind of guy that I looked at him and said, you know, if this goes any farther, we're probably both going to jail. Corey agreed. We would have, I think it would have gone to physicalities. Canadian Farm says this sounds like MK Ultra First World Problem program is in full effect. Yeah. Chris says pull out the Daily Stoic and start reading ahead, I guess. Jim, thank you for the zap over on Nostr. Appreciate that. Take the Ride says have some decorum, people. Especially that is a statement that is often said at the laundromat. I just need to read all of November. I think Chris is suggesting that I might need to finish the rest of the year out today. I need you to sit down and just read the whole rest of the year. Hunter says good restraint because you know those cops are having a lunch break at the Mexican place very close. The Mexican place is actually literally across the street from the laundromat. Good morning, Seattle says, was he watching? No, the problem was he was watching some fucking video that no one, like, it wasn't an interview or something where the video didn't matter. The guy was describing shit he was doing on the video, but not very well to the point that I could tell what it was. It was just aggravating and annoying. Canadian Farm says this is the laundry cabin's coming before the living cabin. I think I could probably talk Corey into that, especially if I make her go to the laundromat anymore. So that wasn't the end of the laundromat. These people are just like irritating the living shit out of me. I go inside to check the dryers and take a piss, make sure the dryers are hot because I give it a little time and then I walk by and touch them, make sure they're hot. You know, I'm an experienced laundromat goer. I picked up on all this shit from others that were using the laundromat. So you go and you check the dryers, you touch the glass to make sure they're hot. And I had to take a piss, so I come back out and Corey's sitting outside and some lady and her are just laughing. Some little old lady are sitting outside laughing and she walks away. The old lady walks away and I sit down. I was like, oh, you got a new friend, I see. Because I am constantly being barraged with new friends at the laundromat. People want to talk to me for some reason. Do I look like somebody that you want to talk to? Do I look like somebody that really wants to have conversations with random people in person? I mean, I know I do it on the internet. Do I have a welcoming demeanor? I know Corey does. She smiles at everybody. Dixon says they can't keep a laundromat open here. No one uses it and they go broke. Does nobody wash their clothes? Canadian Farm says they're feeling me out to see what I'm holding. Probably. Anyway, so the lady talks to Corey, and I was like, oh, you got a new friend? She's like, oh, she was telling me some jokes. I was like, oh, Jesus, here we go. What the fuck? I didn't even ask what the joke was. I didn't even really want to know. Oh, Hunter says I would try to get on your good side. Don't want you on. I don't want to be on your bad side. John Palmer said I'd avoid you like the twitchy homeless person. So I'm sitting there, and the lady is like going in and out. So her husband. So this is your first clue. Husband and her are in the car. I assume it was her husband. It was her dad. She was pretty old. Fuck. Some guy is in the car with her. She's the only one that gets out. He just sits there in the car when she gets out. And she's going in and out, checking out her laundry. And so she comes back out, she gets in the car, and then she's getting out, and she looks over and she goes, what did she call me? She goes, is this your Charlie horse? And she starts laughing, and Corey's like, ha ha ha, like the considerate laugh, like the joke was not that funny. And so then she gets out of the car again, and she goes, I was just telling her some jokes. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm sure you want to tell me. She says, what? How? There's 3 guys? There's 3 guys in my life. There's 3 guys in my life. It would be a lot better if I got rid of them. It's like I get up with Charlie Horse. I during the day I hang out with Arthritis, and when I go to bed it's with Ben Gay. And I'm like, this isn't even close to good joke, let alone one that you're going to tell several times. Which I heard her tell it more than one more time while we were there. Canadian Farm said wanted to hear the joke. There it was. I got 3 guys in my life that it would be a lot better if I got rid of. I wake up with Charlie Horse. I live the day with Arthritis, and I go to bed with Ben Gay. So we go inside. Dryer's getting done, and I fold some. Kyle missed it. So Kyle wouldn't have got it. The folded laundry, she's in there and she's like milling to each group of people, telling them something. Chris Dixon says she finally got rid of chlamydia then. Oh wait, chlamydia then. She was a little old for that. Might have had to knock the dust off it. So she's walking around inside now, milling about now that there's a bunch of people, and she says, I said, so I had heard a joke on Halloween. I tried to. I was like, well, I got a joke for you. I said, why didn't the skeleton go to the party? She goes, I don't know. I said, because he was all a bone. And Corey looks at me funny. She goes, that's not the fucking punchline. You fucked it up. It was supposed to be because he didn't have any body to go with. I fucked it up. John Palmer says no. She should have said no. He's my Ben Gay. That was my elementary school, or no, my elementary school principal's name. Fuck. So this school had 4th, 5th, and 6th graders in it, and the principal's name was Alan Benjamin Gay. Alan B. Gay was my middle school principal's name. A bunch of fucking kids running around. Like, how did that go? Chris Dixon says, "Did you slap your own knee anyway?" I mean, I did, and then I went back and told her that the other punchline too. I think it works both ways. Jim says, "Who has 2 thumbs and doesn't think you're funny?" So, anyway, so we're just having joke time. We're thinking this is a lighthearted conversation with some random crazy lady at the laundromat. And then she starts telling us about her granddaughter. What was it? Survival? Her daughter's daughter. Like, she's telling us about her daughter, her granddaughter. I don't know, some fucking kid that's got some Indian name that I think it was Indian. I don't know. I really was trying not to pay too much attention. But she's like, oh, and that means, she says, I asked her, that's such a weird name. And it means it's Indian for survival. And I'm like, oh, okay. All right, then. But then she starts telling us that her daughter died because of the COVID shot. Randomly. And my daughter died from the COVID shot. That damn COVID shot. They made her get it at work, and a year later she died. And I'm like, that happened to a lot of people, I'm pretty sure. Maybe she got it too. Maybe it caused some brain damage. I don't know. I'm not sure what was going on there, but Corey definitely got the full gamut of laundromat crazy. Take the Ride says, what you call a deer with no eyes? I don't even know. I don't even know if I want to know the answer. Take the Ride. I got no idea. Oh, yeah. So Corey got the full gamut of crazy. Rest of the trip went decent. We ran over to Kroger. Corey, I verified before we got to Kroger that Corey didn't need to peruse and browse every aisle in the store because we literally had 6 items on the list. I think it was 6. It was enough that we get to Kroger and the parking lot is overflowing with cars again. We walk in, there were no carts. There were so many people at the fucking grocery store. I can't go on the weekend anymore. I'll do whatever I got to do to go during the week because there was 0 carts in the lobby. Like, you walk in, you grab a cart, you go in the store, you do your shopping. 0 carts. Literally, the lady walking in front of me took the last cart. And I was like, well, it's a good thing I don't have like a whole long list of shit to get because I can't carry that much stuff. But we only had like 6 items on our list. So I verified previously that we don't need to walk down every aisle and peruse every item in the store. So that was a win. And I said, we need to walk out fast because we're going to have to carry everything. No baskets, no nothing. ran around the store, got all our stuff. It was a very it was a nice trip. No issues. Canadian Pharmacist says, I really wonder what stories the other patrons of the laundromat tell their families about Brian. I don't do shit. Like, I literally mind my own business. The only interactions I have with people at the laundromat are courteous, please and thank you. If they're opening the door, if I bump into them by chance or I'm in their way, excuse me. If somebody asks me a question, I will answer it politely and then mind my own fucking business. I've helped people figure out how to use the machines at the laundromat. Like, leave me the fuck alone. That's it. Let me sit in the fucking corner by myself and do my time like I'm in fucking prison. We get out of Kroger. The day is kind of wrapping up. We had to we went and picked up if you guys haven't tried the Yingling Oktoberfest, give it a try. It's not bad. Not bad. Went and picked up some of that for Corey. We stopped at the Rualer says there's a grumpy set. I'm not grumpy. I'm pleasant to everybody that talks to me there. Except Corey. I am a pleasant person. It just I've realized that makes my day easier. Sometimes. We stopped at the meat market. We picked up the meat. I'm so glad that we found the little meat market there in Savannah. The meat is 100% better than Kroger. Canadian Farm says I'm not grumpy. He says all grumpily. I put on my happy face. And so we're heading home. And we're driving along. And, we talked about, I think it was on Friday or Thursday, we talked about the speed limit shit and how sideways drivers in Tennessee are. We're driving along. I drive a big F-250, bigger truck. It's wide. It's larger than most sedans, SUVs, whatever. And so we're driving home, and we're on a 2-lane, windy, kind of up over a hill, and blah blah. Just like the highway through hell, if it snowed a lot. And so there's a lot of blind corners. There's a lot of it's a 45-mile-an-hour zone. So it's pretty curvy. And we're just driving along, minding our own business, heading home, talking about what we're going to do, what we're going to do later. And this SUV is coming at us. It comes around the corner, and I see it coming at us, and he's like, literally his tires, if not on, they were over the center line on my side. Rewild their life in the vertical feed says she got kicked off for her comment. And now, which comment? The Sasquatch comment? What? Who kicked you off? I didn't kick you off. YouTube is taking it upon themselves to kick fucking people out of my... Oh, boy. Great. Anyway, I see this vehicle coming at me, and their tires are on. Would you say they were over? Might have been over. You think they were over? Corey says their tires were over the center line. And I'm like, oh. Rewilder's Life's wondering if it was my MK Ultra handlers or kicking people out of my chat to irritate me. It's a stressor. It's a stressor for sure. Don't fuck with my people. So Corey confirms their tires were completely over the center line in our lane. Now, if you've ever driven in Tennessee, you know that the shoulders, I shouldn't say the shoulders are small. The shoulders are non-existent. Literally, the white line for the edge of the lane is the edge of the edge of the pavement if the pavement hasn't fallen off, because there's no shoulder. So there isn't a whole lot of room for me to kind of get over in the lane, since my truck is almost as wide as the lane. And so I was just like, yeah, whatever. It's going to fuck your car up way more than mine. You probably give a shit about yours more than me. I tried to go over just a little bit. He obviously saw me and he started to get over, but not completely over, just enough to where his tires were on the center line. And then he honks at me. Like the lay on the horn, not toot toot, like, what the fuck are you doing to me? I'm like, wait, is this backwards town? Is this crazy day? Why the fuck is he blaring his horn at me because he's driving over the fucking center line with his pit bull hanging out of his back window? That I almost, like, literally, if that dog had his head out another 6 inches, my fucking side view mirror would have taken its fucking head off. Or his head probably would have taken my side view mirror off. I was like, what the fuck? Again, another situation where because Rachel, I just read Jim's comment over on Noster, inviting Rachel and anybody else that doesn't want to get censored by YouTube over to Noster. So I had that flash in my brain, and if I had been by myself, it would have stuck in my brain a lot longer to turn around and follow this motherfucker to wherever he was going. I've done it before, and after I always regret it. And Jim says they were on their phone and I scared them. Maybe. But because Corey was with me, I looked at her and I was like, what the fuck just happened? She's like, I don't know. They were honking at you for them being on the wrong side of the road. I go, okay. And that gave me enough of a minute to turn it off. So I didn't follow them. We went home. We enjoyed the rest of our afternoon. Canadian Farmstead says, I'm getting more and more convinced about the MK Ultra theory. Dude, when I was going through the lightning strike, the getting sick, the internet going down again, like all that shit back to back to back, and all of the stuff that happened along the way that I probably didn't share all of it with you guys because it was just an absolute, I couldn't fucking even talk about it. And I didn't have internet for 2 weeks, so a lot of stuff got lost in the wash and in the notes. I literally sat in silence and contemplated the fact that there was somebody fucking with me. Canadian Farmstead says, okay, now see how he responds to an unwarranted honking. It's not that it wasn't unwarranted. It was literally, I should have been on the horn for this guy. Unwarranted would be the guy's in his own lane, I'm in my own lane, and we're going along, and he's like, nah, nah, nah. Or he's behind me, and we're both traveling it, and he's not tailgating, and he's like, honk, honk. That'd be unwarranted. This was just fucking bullshit. Hunter says, Corey saves you again just by existing. She doesn't even understand how many times just by existing she's saved me. I tell her all the time. I don't tell her all of the times. So we had a good afternoon after that. We got home. Didn't do a whole lot. Watched some movies. Had some dinner. It was good. Yesterday I got my gutters done. I'll talk about that tomorrow. We're already at quarter after. Yeah, we'll talk about the gutters and whatever I get done today, and then we got some other topics. I got some topics on my little topic list over here of fun stuff to talk about. But that was the weekend. That wasn't even the weekend. That was one day. John Palmer says, "Shorty, you're his angel." She's both my devil and my angel. She gets me into trouble sometimes. Not very often. The devil voice is definitely a lot softer than the angel voice. But she gets me in trouble sometimes. Most of the time she saves me. Yeah. To make a short story long, right? When you got all you assholes piping in. Anyway, let's wrap it up, guys. If you would find Director Detour in your podcast player. It's a half-hour episode today with Larry Easto. It was fun to record. Larry's a good guy. I enjoyed the chat. Get over there, find it, and subscribe to the feed. And if you like the episode, go ahead and leave a review wherever you listen to your podcast. It'll be coming out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, targeting that top end of about 30 minutes. And and I'm dialing it in. It's taken a little bit. Like I said, I've only recorded 5 episodes, but I will dial it in and nail that 20 to 30, 15 to 30 minute range all the time. And it should go well. I'm excited. I hope you guys like it and you subscribe. Other than that, I hope you have a fantastic day. You can check the show notes for product links, all that. I appreciate that. It's Monday. I got to get wrapped up. I got to get back in the swing of the things and try to overcome this time change bullshit. Everybody prepare for tomorrow. Is everybody all stocked up? I don't want to sound the fucking prepper alarm or any of that bullshit, but shit might go sideways, guys. Maybe not where you are, but somewhere I think somebody's going to go sideways no matter what happens. So it might not be tomorrow. It might not be the end of the week. It'll probably be when they get done rearranging, counting, and recounting the votes. At some point, something's going to go sideways. So be ready. And if it doesn't, you were just ready. So anyway, hope you have a fantastic day. We'll circle around and we'll talk more about it tomorrow. Have an awesome one, guys. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you then.